I am sorry. Are you okay?
Podcast is intended for mature audiences. The views and opinions expressed are those of the panelists and do not reflect in any way those of the podcast partners, sponsors, or affiliates. Enjoy.
Hi, this is Michael Buffer, and you're listening to the Voice of the People. Let's get ready for Boxing Voice.
Every day I'm hustling, 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 hustling. Every day I'm hustling, every day I'm hustling, every day I'm hustling, every day I'm hustling.
Canelo, are you ready?
I was born ready.
Considered by many to be, pound for pound, the best fighter in the world today. 4-division, 5-time world champion.
Oh, look at this guy.
He is now boxing's first ever undisputed super middleweight champion of the world.
Damas y caballeros de Guadalajara, Jalisco, Mexico.
¡Viva México, cabrones! You know my level, and you will see, because I'm gonna fuck out everybody.
You know, I mean, I would love to fight Canelo. I would love to show the world that I'm the best.
I want to get Canelo out here to Houston.
Oh, Canelo, where your cojones at? Let's get it.
Payday, payday, you want payday. I know that. Man, you fight with nobody.
TheBoxingVoice.com.
Listos, pelos, chingazos.
He smacked the shit out of Canelo in
Get
person.
the fuck out of here, man. Please. I'm gonna knock out this guy. Mira, en este momento puedo hacer lo que yo quiera, ¿no?
Saul Canelo Alvarez.
SDS Promotions.
That's funny? You think that's funny?
A little bit.
Sky's the limit, baby.
BoxingVoice.com.
We don't fight for rings and stuff like that. I don't fear anyone.
En este deporte no se viene a jugar y no le tengo miedo a nadie.
We don't come to play in this sport. I fear no one in this sport.
Does that mean that you will fight Triple G later this year?
Como lo dije en la pelea pasada, ahorita mismo me vuelvo a poner los guantes.
As I said in the last fight, right now I'll put on the gloves again.
¡Viva México!
Canelo wants to unify all the titles.
When did you realize, Andy, that you could take his power?
Because of the Mexican warrior that I am, I got that Mexican blood in me, so talking about the Mexican style, I just proved it.
BoxingVoice.com.
Ain't no other sight in the game to see the Boxing Voice.
What up, what up, what up, what up? Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to another afternoon double dose of the Boxing Voice. This is our second episode. We do that daily. This is our 7 p.m. Eastern, 4 o'clock Pacific Standard Time show. We're going to be discussing Devin Haney, Ryan Garcia, Oscar De La Hoya. These three and probably more are in negotiations. We all know no news is good news, but we do have good news to report. Oscar comes out yesterday and wishes Devin Haney happy holidays. Make sure the world knows that he believes Devin is the number one 140-pounder and says, hey, let's break pay-per-view records. You know, he says, happy holidays to the best 140-pounder in the world, real Devin Haney. Let's break pay-per-view records. So this is what we're talking about right here. Oscar's latest tweet where he wishes happy holidays to Devin Haney, calls him the best at 140 pounds, and says, let's break records with Ryan Garcia. Haney comes back not too much later and says, let's do it, brother. So you know they good. They not calling, Eddie any names. They're not mad. And instead, he's saying, let's do it, brother. Happy holidays to you and your family. Now, I do want to see if I can find another tweet. It just came to me not too long ago. Ryan said something to Devin Haney around the likes of, I'm sending a fair offer, which obviously could have ruined things because he said whatever he said publicly, keeping negotiations in the public. He said fair, meaning, it isn't a great fight. And, it isn't the greatest of offers, but it's a fair offer. Now, I'm looking for that tweet, and maybe he deleted it? Maybe he deleted it, but we'll see if someone in the team sends it to me. I know that there's an article on it, so I'll see, do they reference it or have a screenshot of that particular message. But, yeah, Ryan sends a message to Devin not too long ago, basically saying, hey, I'm sending a good offer. Hopefully you take it. But we never heard Devin complain. We never heard that the offer was poor. Instead, what's coming out is Oscar saying, let's break pay-per-view records. So the phrase is quote-unquote fair deal. And many people were wondering whether or not Devin would actually take the fair deal ultimatum. But it sounds that way. It sounds like Devin took that offer and we might be getting this fight, and their plans are to break pay-per-view records. So we'll see. We'll see. And I quote, everyone wants to know what I feel about my next fight. My whole thing was I gave the fans an option, and everybody, even if it was close, they wanted me to fight Haney. And that's how I wanted to move, said Ryan to Boxing Social. So he's just doing what he asked his fans, who they want him to fight. They told him who they wanted to fight, so he's living up to it. And I quote, if you guys decide something, I want to do everything in my power to make that happen, Ryan Garcia continued. Just like you guys wanted me to fight Tank that time, even though I had to do a lot of things to make it happen, I went in and did it because I want to be a man of my word to you guys. And you guys means the fans, his public, right? He's telling you, like, you wanted me to fight Haney, I'm fighting Haney. You asked me to fight Tank, I'm fighting Tank. And I quote, you guys can trust me. Each time I say something, I'm going to try and do it. The same thing here. You guys wanted this Haney fight, and now I'm making it happen. I've been messaging Devin, and Devin at times has messaged me back. So Ryan again showing that he's the one putting his good foot forward to make this fight happen for the boxing public. And I quote, I messaged Eddie Hearn. I messaged everybody you could think of that could make this fight happen. Look, it's looking like the only thing that could stop it from happening is him, Haney. That's because I'm ready to fight. And I quote, I'm also ready to make the most fair and honorable deal to make the fight happen. So that's where I stand. If he doesn't want that, then that's the only time it won't happen. And guess what? It will be exposed. So again, Ryan claims he made a fair and honorable deal. Quote, Devin, you want this fight? I want this fight. Tank doesn't want to fight you. I do, point blank, period. So if you want to fight me and I want to fight you, then there you go. It shouldn't change anything. That's the plan. I'm very interested in defeating Devin Haney, end quote. So there's your quotes. Like I said, it was a fair deal. He calls it fair and honorable. But not even that caused issues. You know, going out in public and saying that you're going to send someone a fair and honorable deal could cause some issues. As you can see, this writer alone titled it Ultimatum Deal. You know, they called it an ultimatum deal, thinking that Ryan was given a last chance offer, and if you didn't like it, the fight was off the table, or that the fight or the offer itself came in a fashion where Devin may have said no. But they're writing as at an ultimatum. You know, how does Devin and his team feel when they see that? But once again, they're forced to make a decision about accepting the fight to give it to the fans. Much like Ryan, but Devin moved up for the two-time champ. You know, there was some comparisons to Bivol. Bivol was fighting an IBO champ. Biggest win on his record was Anthony Yard, and they're 1-1, so it's not even settled. You know, totally different from what Devin did. But credit to Ryan. Ryan needs to be praised here for continuing to fight the best. You may not think much of him, but he continues to prove that he's a real fighter and that he only wants to fight the best. So I do respect him. Now, in terms of pay-per-view records, man, can it break pay-per-view records? What would Devin be bringing to the table that Tank didn't? Can Devin do more publicity to get more exposure for this fight? Or does his fandom just not reach the level of a Tank Davis? They put this pressure on themselves, saying that they're going to break pay-per-view records. Now, the last great pay-per-view is obviously Tank, so you're forced to discuss him. Can Ryan and Devin truly get past that 1.2 million pay-per-view buys? Can they break records? Because breaking records isn't just getting past Tank's pay-per-view numbers. Breaking records would be passing Floyd's versus McGregor, passing Floyd's versus Pacquiao. That's breaking pay-per-view records. So we'll see what happens. We'll see if records are really broken. But the phone lines are open if you want to call in. Discord is available. Twitter Spaces is available for those that want to talk. Now is the time to voice your opinion. Voice of the People hotline. We are taking calls for anybody that wants to call in and let us know how you feel about today's topic. Give me about a quick second and I'll be right back.
BoxingVoice.com.
What broke him down? Was it just the body punching? When I was hitting him with body punching, I heard him, actually he was crying in there. You were saying that Biggs was crying when you hit him? Yes. When did that happen? And perhaps the fourth round on.
BoxingVoice.com.
All right. So Twitter and Discord is available if you want to call in. Those are the only ways we can call in today. The landline is still having issues. We're talking breaking pay-per-view records. We're talking good negotiations. No one's upset. No one's lowballing. There is no negative tweets, only positive tweets. Do you think we are really getting Ryan Garcia, Devin Haney versus Ryan Garcia? And do you think they will break pay-per-view records? Phone lines are open. If you want to talk, go ahead and do so. We just need you to request on Twitter and or Discord. I'm going out to Adrian. What's up?
Who next?
Adrian, let me know if you hear us. Check.
Hear me?
Yes, sir.
Ness, can you hear me, Ness?
Yes.
Okay, good. It's D-Block, D-Town, D-City, D-Ville, Baltimore. Facts. Of course it could break pay-per-view records. I think it can. You got to be a realist here, man. We talking about Ryan King Garcia taking another chance at greatness. gonna fight a legitimate WBC champion, and not just that, the used to be undisputed champion at 135. And you gotta acknowledge that no matter if you don't like him or not. I'm telling you, this is gonna do great pay-per-view records, break some pay-per-view records. I think Tank Davis is gonna be sitting down saying, "I wish I could have joined the party," because it looks like Tank Davis don't even want to negotiate with his own people. Shit, he's the one left afloat. Look what happened to Wilder and Joshua. Wilder should have took the damn contract. He should have took it. And look where he's at now. Getting his ass whooped by Parker. The same motherfucker that got beat up by fucking Joshua. Facts. So yes, Naz, pay-per-view records all day, break them down, and Gervonta Tank Davis, you done fucked up, like I said. D-Block, D-Town, D-City, D-Ville, Baltimore, stand up.
Adrian, thanks for calling in, champ. Yeah, I mean, the whole pay-per-view thing, that's a bold statement from Oscar, especially in this day and age, to even put the pressure of the possibility of breaking pay-per-view numbers, I think wasn't the smartest thing. Unnecessary heat, but, maybe they have something. They have some sort of plan that we don't know about, that they feel can push this fight over the top. Believe me, it's not what I expected to be talking about, right? Numbers. I thought more skill or performance would be the quote, but for some reason, they feel they can break numbers or records when it comes to pay-per-view. I'm more worried about the fight and how that plays out. Does it produce action? Rob in Vegas, talk to us.
Who next? Yo. What's going down?
Chilling.
Yeah, man. Look, I definitely, you know what I'm saying? Bill already alluded to them pressing a button. Bill said somebody could press a button. I'm under the belief that Oscar must know the man that could press the button. You know what I'm saying? And I'm just going off of words, you know what I'm saying? So, you know what I'm saying? The Bill think somebody could press a button. Last time Ryan did a pay-per-view with Golden Boy and on Tank Davis and them side, somebody pressed the button. They got 1.2. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna run with the fact that I believe I don't know if they could break records, but if they're alluding to it, then they obviously have a plan. They obviously have some sort of formula that they like to work with to get the pay-per-view sales. And now it's God bless Dev, man. You know what I'm saying? He going over there getting his money. And regardless of if we think Tank is ducking or not, he making moves, man, and you just gotta big that up, man. Him and Ron Garcia, man, he is as advertised. Like as he been saying, he want to make the big fights, and he taking those chances, man. We gotta respect this kid, win or lose, bro. Win or lose. I definitely got Haney in the fight, but I think Ryan is a live dog. That left hook is picture perfect, and if he catch you with it, it's lights out. He's proven it time and time again. Haney is a great defensive fighter, so I of course can see him eluding that for 12 rounds. But boy, oh boy, you better be ready and you better bring your lunch, because the kid got a left hook that's crazy. So yeah, man, I think it's definitely possible that they could break records. Will it? I'm not so sure it would. But they could, though. They definitely could. We all supporting Haney, and once again, I'm gonna keep saying it. Ryan is doing exactly what he says that he was gonna do years ago, when we all thought that he was playing with the mental shit, and I ain't gonna say we all. I know I did though. But he's stepping up to the plate, just like he said, and I gotta respect him, man. I gotta respect him, and I gotta give credit to Ryan. I want to make sure not to leave that out, because he doing exactly what he said. You know what I'm saying? And he fighting the best. Now, I want to touch on Oscar saying the best 140 pounder in the world. Is that not a shot at Ryan, low key?
I think that's a shot at Tio for not taking the deal.
What you say?
I think that's a shot at Teofimo Lopez because he didn't take the deal. Like, remember, he was offered the Ryan fight and he didn't take it. Now, people want to believe like, oh, well, that was his date. they had the Super Bowl day. But you got the date, but you don't bring the crowd. The one that brings the crowd is Ryan.
That's true. That's true. Yeah, Ryan bring the people out, man, with his social media presence, that 10 million followers. You get him against the right person, man, and they showing they gonna pop out for him. So shouts out to Ryan, man. Shouts out to Dev. Keep doing your thing, man. These young bulls is setting a great precedent for the next young fighters that's coming up. Watching these two is how you know what I'm saying, you're gonna know how to test yourself and get your money at the same time. It's the legacy and the money. They go hand in hand. You got to go get them both. Good shit for these two guys, man. Thanks for the call, Ness.
For sure. Let me ask you, what month are you looking at for this to happen? I mean, because we just started these negotiations on Twitter, and already things are quiet. Already things sound positive. So, what's your guess? What month we see this fight?
As a casual, I would love it if they both sort of had a belt. To me, it just sort of boosts the appeal. I know we saying like belts don't matter these days, but it sort of boosts the appeal to me. So I would love it if maybe Ryan snuck in to maybe try to woo Rolly or somebody out to get that belt. If not, then I could see maybe April. You know what I'm saying? Early first half of the year, maybe get that out the way. First quarter, I mean. January, February, April, March, April. I mean, yeah, somewhere in the first quarter. If not, then I love it for a summertime fight.
All right. Well, thank you obviously for calling in.
Man, always appreciate.
We got Ant in Atlanta. What is up?
What up? What up? Hey,
Chilling.
shout out to Ryan Garcia, doing what he do. I've always been real positive about him as a fighter. I love him as a fighter. And I'm just putting both feet in the water now. I'm buying this one. It's not gonna break any pay-per-view. I mean, what record is gonna break? McGregor, Mayweather? Fuck out of here. Ain't doing no what they do, like 2.93 million, 3.5,
I thought
something.
McGregor Mayweather did like 4 and Pacquiao did 5, and then you got 2.4 with Canelo Mayweather 2.4.
Oh man.
With Mayweather,
that's crazy.
With Mayweather Oscar 2.4. I mean, look, breaking records. I guess that would have to be Tank and Ryan's record or one of Floyd's record. There's no other records to break.
It's not breaking any of those, but it will be a great fight. For the hardcores. It's going to be an awesome fight. And you know what? The thing that makes me believe that Ryan really has a chance is like he wants this almost a little bit too much. You know what I'm saying? Like he talking a little bit too spicy right now.
I mean,
like
he wanted
knows
the
something.
Tank fight too, though. Remember, it was because of him the Tank fight happened.
I mean, if Gervonta didn't want to fight him, it wouldn't have happened. You know what I'm saying? I mean, he wanted
he's
the
the one.
fight too.
He's the one that conceded to everything to make it happen. Like they gave him rehydration and catch weight so that he says no. He still said yeah. They told him it can't be on the zone, so that he says no. He still says yeah. Like, nah, he made that happen.
He gave everything. He did. He made it happen. I'm not saying he didn't, but if we're talking about just him being real gung ho, like this is the fight that he doesn't have to take, right? There's no reason for him to ever need this fight. It's a tough fight for all the glory, but I mean, it's a real tough fight, right? He doesn't need to take this fight. So what does that tell you? That he's really seems to want this fight. I believe he thinks he can take him out, and I think he probably will. He's already beaten him before. It wouldn't be anything new. He did beat him already. He didn't beat him in the pros.
I mean, amateurs
he beat him
is amateurs.
Times.
Amateurs is only 3 rounds. Pros is another motherfucking, 9 extra rounds.
Didn't Joshua and Wallen fight in the amateurs?
Well, I know for a fact Big Bang lost to Joshua in the amateurs. I know that Wallen
he got knocked out too.
Sparred with
both of them
AJ. I don't know about amateur fight though.
Both of them got knocked out by AJ in the amateurs. Okay, it's both of them got knocked out by AJ.
The pictures I've seen, Big Bang is certainly on the floor. I mean, on his feet.
He didn't get knocked out. Am I tripping? I thought he got knocked out. I don't know. Maybe I need to go back and watch the fight again. But anyways, I think Ryan can beat him. I think Ryan's gonna clip him. That left hook.
You may
I've been
feel like
telling
it's your
you.
time,
That's why I was hoping Regis would
but
have
it's not your
switched.
time.
But he never did. But appreciate the time.
So who you going
Can't
with?
wait.
Just so we know who you going with, because wasn't you going for Regis
Yeah.
last time out?
No, yeah, but I'm going Ryan all day. I think
Okay.
Ryan's gonna beat him.
Yeah, no, I just
I think
want
he
you to.
wants it.
I just wanted to make sure you
You know,
verbally pick against Devin
yeah,
consecutively.
yeah, I got to. You already know we here, and I think Ryan gonna do it. He's just too fast. I don't think Devin's ever gonna see it, and that's the problem, right? These guys he's fighting haven't been nowhere near as fast as he is. I think Ryan is for sure. I mean, he's probably faster than
We'll
Devin if
see.
we just talking real.
Champ, that was the bell, baby. Joker, what up?
Hello, can you hear me?
Loud and clear. What it do?
Yeah, bro. I don't really care for the fight, but if we're gonna get it, why not in June? Juneteenth in Atlanta. Sell the fuck out of it. Because I feel like Ryan's more in tune with
I
the.
mean, you saying Juneteenth? I don't know. Like, I know that isn't a Texas thing, but it is like a Texas thing. You know what I'm saying? And Devin ain't from Texas, so like, will that work for him? I'm asking for a friend. I don't know.
I think
Honestly,
it'll work in Atlanta great.
you saying that, but I thought that was in Houston, the Juneteenth thing.
I thought it was a. I mean, probably ignorant to the topic, but I thought it was like a whole thing everywhere, not just a Texas thing.
And that's how I understood it. But then when the whole Juneteenth fight card actually took place, we had African Americans saying that that's more of a Texas thing when they was calling in. But hey, maybe somebody could call in and tell us how they feel about it now, and has that changed? Is it more of a Texas thing, or is it more of a universal thing? I don't
Yeah.
know.
Yeah.
I know what I
I mean,
heard though. I know when they finally gave Jamal Charlo that fight, we had a good amount of callers acting like that's a local Texas, not local, but a Texas thing.
yeah, I thought it was all around, but I mean, in Atlanta, to me, it sounds good. Ryan's more in tune with the pop culture fans, the young fans, the media fans, than he is with the Latino fan base. I mean, it is a green print in a sense, but I don't know, bro. I feel like in June, somewhere where it's heavily populated, like I think Atlanta
I don't
does
like
great.
June, bro. Why should Devin? 6 months. I guess 6 months ain't that long. But why? I don't want Devin to get into this 2 times a year shit, bro. We talking about June. You taking 6 months off or out
I
of the
mean,
ring.
if we pick May, it's only a month off. If
Yeah,
we're picking May,
but
that's
but but
5 months, right?
at least if we pick May, we getting Cinco de Mayo. We going up against the big boys. We trying to take the date from Canelo. We trying to inspire the Mexicans.
You don't think that's bad trying to break them pay-per-view records, competing with someone that's already well known and selling,
Absolutely,
despite being in there
absolutely,
with people we don't want.
absolutely is bad. But like maybe Canelo, his plans ain't solidified, and that's why they could go on that date. Canelo need a
Yeah, I
dance
don't.
partner. He can't just keep them dates without partners.
No, that's facts. Yeah, I don't really care for the fight, bro. I'm still on the thing where he should get a belt before getting Haney.
Well, he's trying to get
But
a belt. That's
I
crazy to
don't,
me.
I
People
don't.
want him to have a belt to fight a champion. He's trying to fight a champion for the belt.
Yeah, but I feel like if it's two belts, it's worth more my money. Because if we go back to the topic about these fights being pay-per-view worthy, I don't really think it is. I think the Ryan I died when Tank took his L, bro. I think that was it. He added that one in the L column, and he got stopped. So I feel like that took the mystique that Ryan had at one point of being the next Golden Boy, the next Oscar De La Hoya. I don't see Ryan beating Haney
Mm.
at all, bro. I feel like Haney can stop Ryan just by accumulation of fucking punches, bro. I think the levels
That would
between
be
Haney and Ryan are.
big for Haney. I mean, when's the last
No,
time
that
he
would be
hasn't
big
scored
for
a
him. Well,
knockout since Moran?
I was upset that he didn't do it to Regis. It would have been a great statement to do it on his second pay per view. But we can't always get what we ask for.
Mm-hmm. I mean,
But yeah, bro, I don't
what fight
see.
was more
I don't.
entertaining? Lyndon Arthur versus Bivol or Haney
Oh
versus
no, it's
Regis?
not even close. It's not even close. Haney Regis was way more entertaining. I mean, it was similar in the sense that they both dominated, but Haney. Look, people in the back call say some say I'm crazy that I think Haney's more of a boxer puncher than a Bivol is.
I don't know yet, but I'll tell you this: I've never seen Haney land as many punches as Bivol and not get a guy out of it. That shit was insane. Bivol was landing like 7 punch combinations and he still couldn't do nothing.
Yeah, bro. But that's all I got for right now. Have a good one, Ness.
All right. Bro, I got a shit. This tweet is so relevant because obviously Haney is fighting Ryan now, which is Tank's best win. The internet's undefeated. Look at this guy. Tank, when Haney beats his best win, and the dog is supposed to be Tank. The look of shock on his face. Dudes are terrible on the internet, I'm trying to tell you, man. Phone lines are open if you want to call in. Twitter Spaces is available. Discord is available. If not, I did my job. Second show of the day. We will be back tomorrow at 6 a.m. for more boxing talk. I got the first super chat of the day. Years of lurking. $2. Ryan has a loss already. They won't break records. Damn. Sometimes they say that the comeback is bigger than than the initial hype, right? High and Low Sports Central, $2. The Boxing Voice is more. Eddie, you looked like you was, you requested it, now you didn't. All right. Last call for callers. If you're looking to give us your opinion on today's show, Devin Haney versus Regis. Why did I say that? Devin Haney versus Ryan Garcia. Oscar De La Hoya believes it can break pay-per-view records. Sports and money. Talk to us.
Yo, Ness, what's good, bro?
What up?
Yeah, I don't know about breaking records. I don't know about that, but I got a feeling they'll do somewhere around 500K. Shout out to Ryan for pushing the envelope and really kind of forcing these big fights to be made. I really, really appreciate what he's trying to do for the sport. What do you? I mean, if that does happen, you think it will be next though?
Yeah, I mean, Ryan made the poll. Do you want Rolly? Do you want Haney? They picked Haney. I don't think that he's gonna, go back on that and try to slide in Rolly. I mean, his audience answered, right? Like if you go against your audience, how do you sell the fight?
And now that I guess Haney said he wants big fights. I mean, don't get kind of bigger than this besides Tank, to be honest. I mean, maybe the TO fight is as big, but I don't know. I think Ryan's definitely gonna sell a lot. And if Haney beats Ryan, this is gonna set up Dev versus Tank beautifully at the end of 2024. I mean, at least that's what I think. And if Ryan wins, he's probably gonna fight Tio. He ain't gonna fight Tank again, but he'll probably fight Tio and break more records. I don't know. We'll see. But it's all positive shit.
All right. Yeah, that's what I said, man. We got no negative reports since this fight has started, in terms of the talks. We got Bean King. Don't forget to smash that thumbs up if you're rocking out with us right here on youtube.com/The Boxing Voice. Bean King, you're muted.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yep.
Yo, what's good, Ness? Sorry, my audio sound kind of janky. It's raining and stuff where I'm at.
You
But
good?
yeah, man. Now, what I tell you a couple weeks back, Ryan had to go for Devin Haney neck, and that's what he's doing. He's doing the right thing. Everybody think Devin Haney the man right now. It's looking like Devin Haney the man right now. So Ryan, need to go ahead and go get the man. But I'm gonna go ahead and be honest with you. To me, it looked like shit is going too smooth right now. Like it's things looking too good. But I don't want to, jinx it. So I'm gonna just assume that they, moving through negotiations. But I'm gonna go ahead and tell you like this: if this shit don't happen, it's gonna come down to Bill. I don't think Devin's scared of Ryan. I don't think Devin. I think Devin to fight Ryan. But I think Bill know at this point why Devin is really climbing. Why Devin just now he riding high. This is a really dangerous fight. And yeah, so if it don't happen, I think it'd be on Bill. But I think Devin Haney won the fight. I think it'd be a good fight. I think Ryan wanted to save
What
Devin
you
Haney for
mean?
last
What
because
you mean it'll be on Bill? What would Bill do?
I don't think Bill wants this fight. I think Bill has a good enough eye for boxing that he sees at this point Ryan is too much of a dangerous fight for Devin Haney. And I know we can say, oh, Ryan this, Ryan that, he Instagram, but at the end of the day, if Devin and Ryan fight, Ryan will be the biggest, longest in terms of reach, most power, and most punch resistance Devin Haney has ever fought. And if he goes up against that without any type of prep, and then everybody, last
champ.
caller was
Regis
what?
never been stopped. Ryan been stopped, so you can't say he the most punch resistance.
I mean, Regis ain't get stopped.
That's my point.
Ryan got stopped by Gervonta Tank Davis.
It's still a stoppage. You can't be durable or more durable than a guy that never been stopped if you've been stopped. I mean, just there's no logic in that.
Okay, I'll let you have that. It sounds good. But like I said, we seen Ryan take a punch flush on the jaw by Gervonta Davis, and we know what Gervonta Davis does to people. So let's see if Devin Haney can do the same thing. And like I was saying, Ryan didn't want to beat Devin up because that's his childhood friend. And if you look back, he keep on saying, I'm going to save them for last. But, when your career don't go the way you want it to, sometimes you got to sacrifice even your best friend. So Devin Haney, even if you get knocked out, y'all can still run it back at 147. But that's my call, Ness. I appreciate you letting me on, man.
Bruh, that would be an upset at the greatest level if Ryan knocked out Devin. That would be crazy. Like, why? I mean, whoa. I don't know. Ryan catches Devin. That can ruin things. Momentarily. I don't know. Sin innocent or innocently.
Can you hear me? Okay.
Yep.
Yo, listen. This is gonna be the easiest fight of Devin Haney career. Ryan Garcia. The show is over. He's the Kim Kardashian of boxing. All right. He always want to make every boxing weekend about him. He always wants to make all the spotlight about him. You saw Gervonta. Devin was beefing. Right away, he want to hop in because nobody talking about him. This the same guy that said in the beginning he wasn't going to fight Gervonta because he was going to fight a bigger fight in Pacquiao. And Pacquiao came out and said, what y'all talking about? Like, we got to be for real at this point. Like, he do all this for attention because his career is over already. Like, the casuals, they already see it. You already saw he making an excuse. Oh, my rib. Oh, there was someone in camp. Oh, the rehydration clause. Talking about, oh, it's 140. I'm a 140 pounder. I'm not a 135 pounder. He had like one fight at 140 before he fought Tank. And that was like last minute. I remember it was like the same thing like this last fight. Like it was last minute. It was supposed to be 135, then switched to 140. Like, come on. Devin Haney need to, if he really want to flex, like people been saying, he got to come out with the Dev dollars. He got to come to the weigh-in with the chains on. And he got bang on his chest at the weigh-in, like, yeah, with the chains on. Because we already know Tank can't make weight. He can't come out flexing. You see Tank always want to flex every weigh-in, every final face-off. Dev got to come out with the Dev dollars, chain on, talking crazy. He going to dominate Ryan Garcia. And then we going to be on this show the next day talking about, oh, Devin Haney gave a master class. Oh, how Ryan at least was throwing punches on Tank, blah blah blah, all this stuff. Like, come on, we got to be for real right now. This is easy for Devin Haney. I can't even believe we talking about this in depth the way we talking about this right now.
I mean,
even if you don't like Devin Haney, you gotta be real.
You acting
you gotta be real about this.
But you acting like he ain't beat Devin before, champ.
But you just said he was the amateurs with the previous caller. That was at what, 13, 14?
But he still beat him 3 times and fought him 6.
Here we go. But respectfully though, you just said with the last caller, oh, it was the amateurs.
It was. That's up to him to counter.
All right, I got a question.
My counter to the fact, like, if you want to use my counter that it's the amateurs, my counter to that is it's the amateurs, but it gave both of them some sort of sense of familiarity. Why? Because Devin from the door always wanted to fight, and Ryan from the door always wanted to make him last. So, you know, the fact that you trying to make Ryan look like a fraud is a lie. Like, he said, I'm fighting Tank, then Devin.
So this is my response back. There's 2 things I want to say, right? The first thing about the amateurs. Did Devin or not, was he not the person that was supposed to go to the Olympics, but because he was young, the age issue, he went pro?
Yeah.
Okay, so if we talk about amateurs, would that mean he the better amateur?
Well, no, because they didn't pick him. It's not like he was picked to represent America.
I understand that, but
his weight
it
class
was some
got
things,
eliminated.
the age, there were certain things. You understand what I'm saying? That's what I'm trying to say, right? Ryan always bragging about 15 national titles, this, that, and the third, but his dad was a ref in the amateur program. His mom was a judge, a lot of influence. I seen a lot of close fights on YouTube. The Virgil Ortiz fight, a lot of certain fights. Come on, And then the other thing I want to say is you mentioned about how he said in that interview one time that he want to save Devin for last. He know the show over. That's why. He know the show over. Because wasn't this guy #1 contender for Devin belt twice back on the zone before Devin left? This the same guy that didn't want to fight Linares because he said $2 million not enough. But he wanted to fight Luke Campbell, who never won a fight in his life, a big fight in his career, for less money. This the same guy that Devin, remember he didn't want to fight Javier Fortuna and all this stuff because he was the...
Didn't Luke Campbell have a good fight with Loma, though?
But remember, we talking about, hold on for a second. We talking about a Lomachenko that's coming from 122 pounds when he was kept coming up in weight. And you even saw people were saying when Loma would start coming up at that weight class and he was beating guys, he wasn't beating them the same way he was doing at 126 in them. And the thing is this is the thing I want to say though, right? About Luke Campbell, right? Excuse me, about Ryan. He turned down the Hoya Linares he talking about $2 million wasn't enough, but he took less money for another guy, right? Who picked up that fight against Hoya Linares and beat him better than anybody has? Devin Haney. Listen, you say what you want about Linares.
He gets ridiculed. He gets ridiculed for fighting Linares. People like, he fought Linares. He got hurt by Linares.
But wait, this the same guy, right? Linares. Every fight he lost, he got stopped in, right? Yeah. He was up on the cards. He was outboxing him and he got chinned. Devin, the only guy to outbox him all the rounds. All the rounds. Even Loma. You saw he was outboxing Loma until he got clipped. So we got to be for real about Devin.
He dropped Loma too, but he still was old, though.
But wait, what I'm telling you is he was outboxing Loma.
Ryan is the first young person Devin's going to fight. Devin been fighting 30-something-year-olds, remember?
So wait, if we going to be real right now, right? We look at Ryan's career, especially when he was coming. This is the same guy when he came out the pro system. He wasn't getting hyped out like how Devin was with Floyd and all of that stuff, right? This is the same guy that was on, ESPN Plus, stuff like that. Top Rank didn't want to sign him. Go back and look. Them first 3-4 fights, Ryan was fighting on ESPN Plus. He was fighting on a couple different stuff. Nobody wanted him like that. Then when he had 12, I think 11, 13 fights or something, then you start seeing the noise because he was bringing in audience. He was bringing in, tickets and stuff.
Ain't that even better story that they didn't want him and now look who he is?
No, not really, because the way he was coming up, he was pressing on social media heavy. He used to post clips up of him, clipping guys and sparring, little 5-10 second clips and post, oh, look, I beat this guy in sparring, blah, blah, blah. If we being real, even the De La Hoya diet, the Golden Boy diet they was giving him, those guys, like that Dominican dude that looked like Lil Wayne he fought, that dude was trash. All them dudes Ryan was fighting was trash. The guys that Devin Haney was fighting coming up, even who's the Russian guy that stopped Linares after Devin fought him? That dude would have knocked out anybody Ryan fought. Ryan Garcia was supposed to knock out Jason Velez when he had, 12, 13 fights? He looked trash in that fight. Then you saw they kind of pumped the brakes a little bit. They slowed it down. That's before they gave him that big contract. Remember when he was saying, oh, that's the biggest prospect contract in boxing? This the same guy that been whining, complaining about money for the last 3 years.
But he the
He
only
never
dude
satisfied about nothing.
He the only dude not
Anybody
named Tio stepping up to the plate.
So wait, y'all can't do that. You coming at Theo talking about, oh, that he didn't want to take this fight, but we don't know behind the scenes what the issue is, what the negotiation
Tio
is, or
told
whatever.
you in front of the
and
scenes.
we know,
Tio told you they
know,
wanted to offer him, 1.5 stake, and he's a star who brings major sponsors.
Okay, so we gonna be honest right now. We know the business side of boxing. Ryan is with Golden Boy. He with Top Rank. And I'm not saying that they don't make fights, but we usually see when those fights happen is usually more money involved. That's why they doing an in-house fights with Jermaine Ortiz. And like you said, it extends the storyline with Devin. They both got a belt, all this. Come on, y'all got to see this easy work for Devin. Come on. Even if you don't like Devin Haney, you got to be real. Like, come on. And I'm not saying that to disrespect Devin. What I'm saying is like, yo, this dude Ryan Garcia, we got to be for real. This is the same guy that was saying he was gonna fight this guy such and such, and didn't do it. And and we got to be honest, the only reason why he fought Tank was because we know there was some issues, with the courts or whatever. We thought we wasn't gonna see Tank for a little bit, and Ryan was looking shaky for a while, and he wanted to make sure he got money. Let's be honest.
You making some wild theories up.
I don't understand. But wait, hold on.
I've given you like 30 minutes, and all you've done is discredit Ryan.
Everything I've told you, okay. Everything I told you was the truth. Did he or did he not fight Linares? And he got offered that fight. Go back and look. Did he or did he not say, oh, it wasn't worth the money, and then he fight a lesser opponent and look trash against Campbell, got dropped against Campbell?
How you look trash
y'all gotta
in a fight?
And you a Devin Haney fan. The only reason why you want this to be nice is because Ryan, he got the fame.
How you look trash in a fight where you come back from being knocked down and stop a gold medalist?
Okay, but champ, you just said the amateurs don't matter, and now we talking about gold medalists.
Bro, how the amateurs don't matter if that's why Loma's who
you
Loma is?
You said that earlier.
They don't matter in the fight, but like when the bell ring. But bro, the amateurs matter.
So I got a question.
It changes your pay.
When Luke Campbell was getting pushed, did he or did he not lose his O to somebody we didn't care about?
When he was getting pushed, who did he lose his O to?
Exactly. Go look it up on BoxRec. He lost to a scrub.
Luke Campbell? I mean, it looked like he lost to Linares.
No. That's after, brother. That's after when they were trying to pump him up.
You talking about Yvan Mendy?
Yo, come on. Look at the first loss he had, and then he was coming back, and they were still trying to bring him up a little bit, bring him along.
You talking about Mendy? That's what I'm saying. You talking about Mendy? That's just because you don't know.
He always seemed like a guy that was like, if you press him too much, he gonna get shaky. That's what it always seemed like. And what I'm saying is they took that fight with Ryan because all them fights before Ryan had, there was never no step up in combat. We got to be honest. Come on. And then when he took that fight, they said, oh, this is an easy work. And like you said, oh, common opponent with Linares, common opponent with Long, all this kind of stuff. And he looked kind of shaky, man. We got to be real. That was the first real step up fight. We got to be honest right now. And then look, and you telling me about that I said a lot of wild accusations about Linares. A lot of things I said, whether we like it or not, whether you a fan of either fighter, it's the truth. You might not like the words I'm using, but it's the truth. This is the same guy that, remember, he said he was going to knock out Tank in 2 rounds. Remember when they was going to make the fight happen, all this stuff?
He went for it.
And then he talked about he had a bigger fight. Hang on. He said he had a bigger fight with Manny Pacquiao.
And he did.
And Manny came out and said, yo, I don't know what people talking about. And that's not the first time he's done something like that. But
Oscar didn't say that. Oscar was trying to make the Pacquiao fight. We all seen the tweets. Come on, champ. You got some serious
But that's not the first time that's happened. That's not the first time that's happened.
That is the only time. That's the only time. He only had that one Pacquiao fight that pushed.
He didn't want to fight Linares.
That pushed
he didn't want to
fight Javier
back. Remember when he was going through that depression ring? He didn't want to fight Javier Fortuna or whatever.
Right.
And then
but the man said he had mental illness, and Devin did not end up fighting Fortuna. Ryan still
I'm talking about
Fortuna.
He fought him before. He fought him before Ryan did.
No, he didn't. Devin never fought Fortuna.
There was 2 fights that Ryan was supposed to have on the zone that he turned down. One of them was on
Jojo
ours, and the other one was
Diaz. Jojo Diaz.
There we go. There we go. I'm sorry. I apologize. But there's 2 fights right there, and you see Devin clean them up. And I'm saying this is you don't even if you don't like Devin, you gotta be honest. It's
You saying
like Ryan
cleaned
looked
up?
shaky his whole time on the zone.
Look, you saying cleaned up, but when Devin was about to fight Regis, people was calling in here saying that JoJo touched Devin up. So it's just
That's because JoJo was trying to fight him close range and trying to smother punches and stuff like that. And we know Regis could punch, so people was expecting Regis to show heart like that. But styles make fights, and certain one attribute alone don't win you fights. And that's been my whole thing about this guy. Everyone talking about the speed, everyone talking about power because he got the hook or whatever. But one attribute alone don't win you fights. And Devin got way more attributes.
You just said 2 in one sentence, so you're right. One don't win fight, but two does.
The speed he got. Hang on. Who we seen that he knock out crazy with one shot?
Romero Duno, Francisco Fonseca.
Okay, I see.
Luke
I
Campbell.
See we running. You know how you be saying the top. You be saying the top ranked diet right now. This is the Golden Boy diet right here.
Luke Campbell, Javier Fortuna was one punch too. You forgot? We had to slow down the hook.
He got. You see the speed he got. He hitting guys with the left hook. That's all he got. But you see a lot of time he throwing a lot of shots, and it don't look crispy for somebody with 220 fights.
Obviously, you can't obviously you don't like Ryan because to say all he got is a left hook when he showed you a uppercut, left hook, straight right hand.
Oh, now this.
Oh, he did? He did?
We talking about the last fight?
Did he or did he not?
We talking about this last fight? That's what you talking about?
Obviously, you know what I'm fucking talking about then. Obviously, you know exactly what I'm talking about then.
Listen, I respect your opinion a lot of times. We could always disagree, but we gotta be honest.
What?
Devin Haney really about to clean this kid. Come on, this the Kim Kardashian of boxing,
Bruh, styles make fights. You ask me a question, I answer, and then you go on and calling them Kim Kardashian.
What style that Ryan bringing that's gonna be more dangerous?
Bruh, again,
that he younger than Regis.
Don't change the conversation. You say he got one punch. I said in one sentence. You said he only got one characteristic, but he showed you 2 because you said speed.
One attribute, yeah.
You said speed and left hook. Then you say he only got one punch.
No, the speed that he got is with the left hook that he got. That's why he.
That's 2 attributes, bruh. Motherfuckers.
No. Attributes like power. Attributes like power, timing. Speed, that's a certain type of punch is what I'm telling you.
And he still bring that to the table because guess what? There's people that just have speed or just have power. Mm-hmm. He got both. Mm-hmm. So that's 2 right there. Then you say he only got one punch. Then you say he only got one punch. And I say, yo, he introduced the uppercut and the straight right hand.
The uppercut and that shoulder roll, right? You going to do the shoulder roll with Devin, right?
And you like,
Devin about to embarrass this kid, man. I hope he do the shoulder roll with that uppercut you talking about.
I gave you a half hour, bruh. It was entertaining, but you obviously a Ryan hater. How you could talk about Ryan for 30 minutes and don't give him no credit? No credit. You say he ain't got no attributes. In the same sentence, you say, he got speed and power. That's 2 then, not 1. That's 2 attributes. Left hook and the motherfucking speed. You say he only got 1 punch. Then when I say he introduced the uppercut, you laugh at it. Did it motherfucking land? Did it open up the left hook right hand after the uppercut? Of course. But look, we'll see. Fight night. Caesar, what up?
Yo, what's up with Ness?
Chilling.
Hey man, that dude tripping. I was listening for a little bit, but what got me, he was a little conflicted on what he was saying. He's gonna call Ryan the Kim Kardashian of boxing, but didn't Ryan just have a fight on the zone that wasn't on pay-per-view?
Yep.
Like he didn't demand a pay-per-view. How many pay-per-view fighters do we know right now that will not do that since they've become pay-per-view
fighters? They don't
fighters?
come off pay-per-view. Earl and Tank have not come off pay-per-view since they started, and they each got about 4.
And my point being is you don't have to like Ryan. He don't have to be your favorite fighter. You might not even think he's good, but what he's doing is what's good for the sport of boxing. He's helping boxing out. He's helping boxing out more than your favorite fighters are. Ryan Garcia definitely ain't my favorite fighter, but I can support and I can respect what he's doing for the game. Dude just had a fight. Isn't he one of the top rated or top highest pay-per-view buys with him and Tank?
Yep.
I know Tank didn't do that by himself. There's a reason that Tank ain't taking all these big fights. He's still chilling off of that Ryan money. But another thing is you're going to come over here and talk about his record and the people he's fought, and you talking about Devin Haney's going to wash him. He's fighting the dude that you say is going to wash him. He already fought Tank. He's trying to fight Devin Haney, who's people are probably calling one of the best right now. And he's going to fight anybody who's out there, you know, who's competitive. And if he loses, he loses, but you got to respect that at least. Dang, I forgot what else I was gonna say. I had another take on this shit, but
I agree,
yeah,
man. I don't like that he's not getting any respect. First, when he went for Tank, oh no, he just going after Tank because it's a big fight. Well, you know, the Devin fight, people are trying to laugh at Devin and say he's not an economic success, right? So why would Ryan be running to this fight? It isn't for finances. It's obviously for competitive nature.
That was my other little quick point on it. He's calling him the Kim Kardashian, but shit, I bet you right now Devin Haney wishes he had that attention that Ryan got. So this is the best thing that could happen for Devin Haney. You would want him to have a fight with Ryan Garcia, get more eyes on him, and then that Tank fight can happen. But yeah, that's my call. Just wanted to chime in real quick. Good looking out.
For sure. Let's just hope it's not you know, because all this is gonna do is open the door for Tank fans and Tank team to compare economic situations and you know, use that as reasons not to give us the fight. You know. So I do hope they break some sort of records.
You may feel like it's your time, but it's not your time.
Because if they don't, then it's going to be like, oh, look at what Dev did. Look at what he did. Oh, it ain't the same. Oh, take a catch weight. We're going to be right back in the same place, man. Phone lines is open, though. Twitter Spaces, Discord if you want to call in. Voice your opinion. We talking Devin Haney, Ryan Garcia. Looks like only good news being reported. Looks like things might be going the way that they should for us to get a fight because Oscar is saying that Devin is the best 140-pounder, wishing him happy holidays and saying let's break pay-per-view records. Cliff, what up? Connecticut, Cliff. Rich, what up on Discord? Cliff, hang up, come back in. Rich on Discord. You? No, Rich, we don't hear you.
You.
We hear you.
Yeah. Want me to wait for him?
All
right, wait, Cliff. What up, Rich? You came through.
Yo, this my other name. This Philly Yacht, man. Yo, I don't know what's up with the calling. What's up with Block Talk?
Man, that shit been down for over a week. I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, Shorty playing. I don't know what's going on. But yo, man, look. Yo, all my family know I rock with Dev. That's my man. So they be like, oh, you the Devin Haney man. I'm like, yo, I like talent. I see the talent in him. A lot of people be sleeping on Devin because Devin don't be knocking people out. That's really the major thing. But skills pay the bills, and the man got skills. So I'm going to say this. A couple of weeks ago, or maybe a month ago, I called in and I said something about him and the Ryan fight. And I thought at that time that would be the fight that will make him take him to the upper echelons to be the superstar. So when he fights Tank, the numbers would be astronomically high. But the way I'm looking at it now, for real, mostly everybody want to see him fight Tank. Now, unless he do something like move up to 147 and fight like, let's say, Pac-Man or fight somebody with a name, it's kind of tricky on his numbers, right? Because we look at what the numbers did last time, and then you question why isn't his numbers higher, right? And then you think if you put Ryan there, the numbers is going to be higher, which they are, but he ain't going to sell a mill. He might not even sell half a mill. That's how I'm looking at it now. Because of what happened to Ryan against Tank, a lot of the casuals probably not even going to buy it until Ryan builds up his repertoire. You there?
Totally here, man, and I get you. You're basically saying some of the luster is gone, so he might not do the numbers he did before.
Now you're right. Now if Ryan get a belt, if Ryan fight Rolly get a belt, see what you was talking about a couple weeks ago. If Ryan fight Rolly get a belt, then Devin fight Matias and get the other belt. Now we got something we can work with. We putting 2 sticks together and we gonna make a fire. But being that Ryan don't got a belt, now his commercialism is kind of down. He didn't even sell like you said. He didn't even sell no pay-per-view. He didn't even go on pay-per-view. The question is, what was the numbers? Even not with no pay-per-view, how many eyeballs looked at that fight? Do you have the numbers on that?
Which eyeballs? Which fight?
Him and the last bull.
I mean, again, according to Eddie,
You feel like it's your time, but it's not your time.
According to Eddie Hearn, it did a little bit more or the same as Lomachenko versus Devin, and according to others, it did a lot worse. Cliff, what up? Bill is calling Dan a liar. He's asking for Dan to reveal the alleged pay-per-views. He believes Dan is using the same sources that Rick and Leonard are using. So, Bill is on a crusade to have people prove it.
That was your response to the last caller? That was
Correct.
His update for everybody. No. I think you misinterpreted his question. He was asking you what was Ryan's last fight. What did that do? I don't think he was asking you what did Devin's last fight do. But that's neither here nor there. I feel like everybody got this shit a little bit. Like they trying to kind of like piece up their own fake story to kind of create what they think is right. For what happened between Tank and Ryan was the perfect storm. That's not Ryan, not even a pay-per-view fighter. So what do y'all want from him? For Ryan ain't no pay-per-view fighter. He wasn't on pay-per-view, I don't think, one time before he fought Tank. And Ryan, from what I heard, my research, which it might be off, but I heard Ryan wasn't even selling out like theaters. Like he wasn't even like selling out in his own hometown in California. Ryan is a big internet star, and I know you like to push back on that because during that I heard you push back on it before, but Ryan's really he's a big YouTube, Instagram, whatever the fuck it is. He gravitates with the kids that be YouTubing and streaming, and it was a perfect storm for him and Tank, because Tank grabs a lot of people like in that area, and so does Ryan. So you put them together in a fight. Now you got all the boxing fans, you got all of that, and then you got all the casual YouTubers, people not even fans, girls like Ryan because he's model-like, hood wanna-be hood niggas like Tank, and there's a whole bunch of shit, and it just created something great because it brought the real fans and the fake fans all to the same event to make a really big thing, and it did better than Bud, and it did better than Bud and the Big Fish because it brought all the genres, all the generations, like the old, the new, the real, the fake, the casual, the hardcore, all to the same motherfucking event. But Devin and Ryan is not going to do that same thing because it's just not that perfect storm. That really, Tank and Devin will do something similar to that. Devin and Ryan is going to do good, just because of where Devin is going and where Ryan is. I think it will, if anything, for Devin, it will put him in a place that he hasn't reached yet. So it will be good for Devin to take the fight. It'll do him real good because he will get all the people will discover Devin who don't know him based off of Ryan. So I don't know what that background noise is, but that shit, it would help Devin a lot for them to fight as far as just bringing fans in. It won't really help him with the hardcores or nothing. And I think Devin will beat him easily. They don't really, if they, like the other caller was saying, if Devin fought Matias and he fought Rolly and stuff like that, that would bring a little more buzz to it. But I don't believe that's necessary. They can just fight right now, and it'll be a decent fight, and it'll just build Devin up because he will beat him, and everybody who the couple fans Ryan will bring, couple 100,000 fans Ryan will bring that don't know Devin. If say 40% Ryan's fans don't know Devin, they'll all meet Devin. And Devin is kind of like the same type of like celebrity that Ryan is in a way. Because my fiance, she knows who Devin is, not because it's boxing, because he be with all of them social media women and all of them girls and shit. She knew who Devin Haney was. And I was very surprised because like Devin is not that type of star, in my opinion. I only know him for boxing. But if you're social media person or female, you know him because he be in those mixes with those type of people. So that's pretty much my take on it.
All right.
I didn't hear the whole show. I didn't hear the whole show, but I heard the last couple callers. So I'm basically just picking up where they left off.
Nah,
I
you right
think
on. You right on track. I mean, that's what we talking about. Whether or not it's gonna break records, because that's what Oscar is saying. But
no,
Cliff,
it won't break records.
you
That's
got it.
my last thought. It won't break records.
Um, Let me just screen share these tweets really quick for those that are just joining us. This is Oscar De La Hoya saying happy holidays to the best 140-pounder in the world, Real Devin Haney. Let's break pay-per-view records at Ryan Garcia. Devin comes back and says, let's do it, brother. Happy holidays to you and yours, with the prayer hands emojis. We got JB.
Yo, what's up, Ness? You hear me?
Perfect.
Yo, man, you've been speaking this Game 7 theory into the atmosphere for the past couple of years, man. And it looks
Well,
like we're
that's
about to
that's
finally
a
get
Danny idea, not me. I don't know about that.
well,
Game 7. I
well,
don't know shit about basketball.
well, hey, shout out to Ringwalt Danny, man, for that Game 7, man. But I mean, I think it's gonna be a good fight, man. I don't think it's just gonna be one sided like people think it's gonna be, man. Cause you know when you've been in the ring with a nigga for so many times and shit, that mystique is gone. People gonna fight different when they ain't scared of somebody. You know, Ryan fought scared because he was actually scared of Tank, but is he actually scared of Devin? I doubt it. I think Ryan's probably gonna show a different kind of aggression and probably try some new shit, man. Probably be more locked in with his next camp with Derrick James, man. So I like it. Will it be will it be the biggest event next year? Yeah, it got a possibility that it probably can. Will it be bigger than Tank and Ryan? No, it won't. But it will send Devin to a good trajectory if he does win the fight. I think he should win. He probably will win. And also, man, hey, shout out to Cliff, man. You know, hey Cliff, man. Hey man, you gotta let your fiance know about that parlay, dog. You know, but I'm not dry snitching or nothing, but man, that was just a good odds the other day. But either way it goes, fam, yo man, hey, shout out to the community, shout out to you, dog. Ness, man, keep the show rolling, man. But I think it's gonna be one of the biggest pay-per-views, man, of next year. And that's my call.
That shit made me choke. That dude crazy. That's hilarious. How you still talking about that parlay, Cliff? Cliff, how you gonna tell your girl you only won 2 G's? That was hilarious, bro. We got Goated Reloaded. Wow. Made me choke. Yeah. Goated Reloaded. Unmute.
Yo, shout out to the boxing boys. Y'all hear me?
Yes, sir.
Yo, what's up? Honestly, I don't think that the Tank and Ryan, that the Ryan and Devin, if they do have a fight, it's gonna break records. I think that, because of streaming and how people are still in the fights, it's just so hard. I don't even know how Tank and Ryan did what they did, honestly. Um, you know, like they'll do all right numbers, but they're not going to break no records. Because Devin, he's like, he's not like, I don't know. My bad, bro.
All right, champ. All right. Yeah, I mean, I get that. Now that Tank beat Ryan, um, the allure's kind of out the bag, the cat's out the bag, and Ryan doesn't have that invincibility on him anymore. So I can see the down for some, but that's what we have to change as boxing fans, right? Like the UFC doesn't do that. So I hear. It's not like I'm a fan and watch, but I hear that they don't care about wins and losses, and if a guy loses, they're immediately matching him with the next ranked guy. Jay Will, are you there? That's a no. Jump out, jump back in. In the meantime, I got some super chats here looking like Benitez boxing $2. Ryan at 136, okay for Tank, but at 140, he's not for Dev. I don't think anyone really has a problem with it. Matt Bet, $105. Daily dose of Tank Will. Tank is man of boxing. Boxing glove. Tio is the man behind the man at 140. Tank stop emoji them all, but never fights them. Cliff in Connecticut with the $2 super chat says, "What do you think, Ness? Is it record breaking?" Hard to say, brother. Hard to say, because the truth of the matter is we just never thought Ryan and Tank was going to do 1.2. That came out of left field. We thought that era was dead, or that only established guys like Canelo could do that. So you just don't know with these guys, man. Jay Will, what up?
Yo, what's up, man?
Chilling.
Yo, man. Yeah, you kind of touched on it, man. I was gonna say you really never know about these pay-per-view numbers, especially when you got like a internet sensation. Like Jake Paul numbers was kind of nutty at first. Even Logan's kind of did some nutty numbers, but they kind of tapered off after a while. But I think anytime you put Ryan in there with a good dancing partner, he's capable to do a lot of numbers. Now, the one thing I'm finding funny is this narrative about, it's like pretty much Ryan's a goofy for trying to fight Devin, or it's like somehow Ryan, he's catching flack for fighting Devin, and I'm kind of confused as a boxing fan, man.
Yeah, they making
Like,
it seem like, oh, he can't beat Devin. He's just doing this to do this, and it's like, what the fuck?
bro, and that's the crazy. I think this new age boxing fan shit is it's getting weird, man. Because like the reason why Errol Spence was my dude was because he said line him up and he'll knock him down, and he actually did that shit, coming off accidents, no tune-ups, and he was calling out the big dogs early, and he kept fighting big dog after big dog. And Ryan is low key moving like that, you know what I'm saying? And it's like, yeah, his resume is not filled with all dogs, but at least he's asking for those fights. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, I just don't get how boxing fans are somehow giving this dude flack for trying to be great. You know what I'm saying?
Fuck
And
trying to be great,
like
but
real
no,
talk,
nah. Fuck trying to be great. Like, look at the world that you and I live in. That the dude asking to fight the best is somehow a clown, and the dude that's not asking, on record saying he's never asked, he's the man. It's
It's
weird.
wildness. It's wildness. Like that's why, like I was gonna let the show go, but like the last 4 or 5 callers, except for maybe one, like they all had the same narrative, and I'm just like, I'm confused here, man. Like I don't like Ryan like that. Like outside, I mean, inside the ring and outside the ring, to me, he's not your typical, hardcore boxer. You know what I'm saying? But shit, I mean, he fought Tank, lost. Real talk, in there with Tank, he had Tank holding like a motherfucker the first round or two because Tank was kind of leery of that power. So even though he may have holes in his game, like he's a threat to almost anybody because he can punch. And it's just like I don't get why you don't want to see him in there with the top guys, and the fact that he's asking for the top guys is somehow him being a goofy. Like I don't
Bruh,
know,
he's
man.
certainly a threat. Like, is he the best fighter in the planet? No, but like, look at how he hurt Duarte. You know,
Exactly.
you spoke about it in terms of how Tank was cautious of the power in the actual fight, but like the fucking negotiations show you that his entire team was cautious of Ryan with the ridiculous contract. So,
Exactly.
if he's such a bum, why dudes ain't fighting him straight up? Why did Tank throw no punches for like the first round and a half? Why did he hold
Facts.
so much? Like why they needed a rehydration, a casual, like it's so many things. So, the kid is challenging himself. It's just that people don't believe he can win. That's the big issue, J. Will.
Yeah, and I think it's something to do with his image as well. Because I swear, like if it was, I think it was any other of the 4 kings at the 140 and 135. Any like T.O. Shakur, even Shakur coming off this bad performance. If he was like, all right, man, yeah, I want to try to fight Devin next, he would be applauded. But for some reason, I think because Ryan got this pretty boy image, and he's everybody say he's an Instagram boxer. I think people really just give him hell unless he really knocks people out and look clean doing it. You know what I'm saying? So I think that's unfortunate because the dude is doing what us real boxing
I
fans
mean,
really
this is
want,
the
and that
thing, right? Like,
make the good fights. So
remember, we as boxing fans, we know how to like think ahead. So we looking at it like, bro, your biggest win is Fortuna, and you got 2 losses. You feel me? Like they don't think he could beat Devin. They didn't think he could beat Tank. You know what I mean? It's like, who can he beat? They didn't have him beating Tio. So that's why they looking at it like that. Like if he could get a win they don't think he can get first, they'll be happy. You don't hear
right, but
some
see,
callers
that's
is
the
even
thing.
happy with him fighting Rolly first. For whatever reason, they think a win over Rolly somehow means something.
And man, that's really weird, man. That's what I'm saying. This boxing, this new age boxing thing is because it's like to me, he's no different than Sean Porter. Every person Sean Porter went in there with, and the 4 kings at 147, he was the underdog. But he never caught any flack for what in those fights. But
Yeah, but
somehow with
but
Ryan, it's like
Porter fought in a manner where you never questioned his heart and his style. You always knew he could break someone's will. Again, Ryan is what you said to certain people. He's a pretty boy. He hasn't proved that he's a straight up fighter yet. He need a dog win. He got that with Campbell, but that's not a world class win. It's a world class win, but it's like the world don't know about that. Like he need a win like that over a Tank and a Devin.
but to me, the thing that separates him from Sean Porter, like Sean Porter fought hard and tough, but he didn't have any attribute that really stood out besides his heart. Which I mean, the heart goes a long way, but
Nah,
Ryan's
come
punching
on,
power,
champ. Nah. Sean Porter's best attribute was his engine, bro.
his
Sean
heart,
Porter.
yeah, his heart.
No. Engine. Like, bro, who could keep up with Sean's pace? You had to be world
I give you that.
class. Only world class fighters could keep up that pace and keep that dog off them. That's it. Remember, he only lost to
Like
the top, bro. And Kelbrook had to hold the dog so he don't get fucked up.
Facts. But to me, it's like the difference in my eyes between Ryan and Sean, even though they got a similar situation. Ryan got super special power, but even though it's just with one hand and one punch, if that left hook lands, it's like it could just barely touch you, like it did for a tuna and shit. Duarte, like
Bro,
if it
wow.
barely,
You know what it is?
if it
Is that
barely,
Ryan is
what?
wilder without the heart. He got the power, but the lack of skill, because that's what everybody say. He got the power, but he can't
Wow.
set it up. So then he's Wilder because he don't got the skill, but then he's really not Wilder because he don't got the heart. Like Wilder didn't have the skill, had the power, but had the heart. He had the determination to go out there and get it done regardless because he had the heart. Y'all don't think Ryan got the heart.
That, that's a good one. That's a good one. I'll take that one. That's a good one. I'll take that one. But yeah, man, dude, that one punch is special. I mean, it's if it touches you, man, you in trouble. If it touches you, and so I just think that he's always in every fight as long as he can throw that left hook, and it's too special for it not to be considered a threat to all of the top four guys. So I'm just I don't know. Like I said, this new age boxing, I'm confused, man. And you was really patient with these dudes. Yeah, like I said, I was gonna let the show go, but I'm like, hold on, man. I just had to call in and just to see if I was tripping.
I'm actually thinking now, maybe Ryan fucked up. Sandor Martin is an orthodox fighter, right?
I thought he was a lefty.
Ooh. Ooh, okay. So I would have to Google that. I don't know. I was smoking. Because I'm like, man, Sandor legit dropped Tio twice with hooks. I got to figure out which hand now because I thought he was orthodox. So if it was southpaw stance, it changes everything. But maybe that was the fight he should have took, bro. If Tio could get dropped, I get it. People gonna be like, yeah, he fought down. He fought down when he fight a big name. He fight up. That's cool. But he still got dropped by Kambosos and Sandor 3 times. Light punches. Can this motherfucker even get up from a Ryan
Uh,
shot? Can he even get up from a Ryan
so you
shot?
saying so you saying he should have took Sandor
No, he should have took
first?
Tio first. Like maybe since Tio cried, gave him a better offer. Cause maybe Tio's the vulnerable one, and then that's the big name he needs to prove.
Oh,
That's the big name he needs to prove to the world. Like,
that's
yo,
a,
I'm the real goods. Look, I just beat Tio, pound for pound, 2-time lineal. But Tio got that vulnerability that he been dropped by 2 guys who are not punchers. And one dude was overhand right. The other dude, I'm pretty sure was a left hook, but I'm wrong. If you say his southpaw, let me see if the chat saying something. Because nobody ain't say shit in the chat. Is Sandor a southpaw? Because that's interesting. Because I know one of them knockdowns ain't get ruled a knockdown, but man, fuck out of here. He dropped him. That was a knockdown.
shit. But Tio can punch though, Ness. I think he feel Devin is safer because Devin ain't got that Tio pop.
Yeah, but I think they looked at that wrong. Like, yeah, Tio could punch, but you so fast you could punch in between that dumbass right hand. You could you could hook over top his stupid ass jab. Lazy ass jab that he just put out there to range fine. Again, he just ain't got the skill. Like, once he master his skill, you kidding me? He's supposed to hook with a hook like that, with the speed he got and the power he got. He's supposed to hook over anyone's jab. Over anyone's jab. That like I don't even know why he's
That's
not
true.
practicing that. He should be able to hook over anyone's jab. That is like the point of the hook. You hook over the jab if you fast enough.
That's true. That's true. But yeah, man, I ain't gonna hold you no more, man. Thank you for letting me get this burn on this call today, man. I appreciate it.
You got it.
I'm gonna get up off here, man.
For sure, for sure. Yeah, man. I mean, look, this will be his next fight with Derek. Let's check some things out before we get to the next caller. If you want to call in, Twitter Spaces is available and Discord. So let me check Frank Martin first. Frank Martin is a southpaw. Damn. So the in-house work is gonna be an issue. I was hoping he was a orthodox fighter. And Sandor, where is Sandor? We might have to just Google it. Sandor Martin. He is a southpaw. I wonder why they ain't do it then. Well, I guess that's why they didn't do it, because Ryan is not a southpaw, and maybe he didn't feel confident he could get those knockdowns on Tio from an orthodox position. Then, Frank is also not a southpaw, so you can't even practice with an elite level, guy, quote unquote. I know he ain't fought for a title or nothing, but you can't even practice with Frank because Frank's not a orthodox fighter. So my whole Tio thing might be out. Granted, it still was a hook. It just was from the southpaw stance, and Sandor still doesn't have power. His knockout ratio is 35. You know what I'm saying? And George's whatever George is, and the point is, Ryan has more power than that. So I don't know. Was the Tio option a better option? Coach Bob, what up?
Hey, how you doing tonight?
Oh, I'm good. And yourself?
I'm all right. Devin Haney Ryan, already said I think it's a mismatch. Devin's going, but if they want to do big numbers, they got to put on 3 good fights, man. It's got to be like I paid for this weekend. I mean, there was a bunch of fights, 8 fights. It was good fights, man. They got to put on 3 good fights. That's the bottom line. You got to have like a 4-fight card and all the fights are competitive and they're good fights. I mean, you don't need to have the biggest of names, but you got to have competitive fights on there. So that's the way to go. Like Devin Haney's last pay per view, man. That women's fight, man. I ain't the biggest women's fan, but that man, that's no good for me. I'm sorry. You gotta have. I need 3 good fights. If they put 4 good fights, they can do big numbers. I think. That's what they need. That's got to be the plan going forward. These pay-per-views got to fill it up
It's
with.
gonna be tough, bro. It's gonna be tough unless Devin Haney. This fight is on the zone, and it's not a matchroom fight, or it is a matchroom fight, right? Because remember that Devin has an option with matchroom, because Devin doesn't have fighters,
Yeah.
and Golden Boy doesn't have fighters. So yeah, you got your main event, Ryan and Devin. Then what does Golden Boy have? They got Virgil. They got William Cepeda. They got Gilberto Ramirez. None of them names matter to the people. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah, that's true.
so when you looking at Oscar Stable to make the undercard, he don't got nothing but William Cepeda to offer you. And nobody knows that dude. That's just a good television friendly style. But like, who the fuck knows William Cepeda? You know what I'm saying? So you right. That might not be a good undercard. It just might. They don't have the fighters. Devin Haney Promotions only got Amari and Shamar. And okay, the best thing we could hope for is that Devin owes Matchroom that fight, so they involved. So Matchroom uses they fighters on the undercard. Bro, they got a bunch of Euro dudes that shit ain't gonna help sell pay-per-views. Like, what dude they could put on the undercard? Edgar Belanga, maybe? You're gonna do this in June, do it, but now you going to New York because of Edgar? I don't even know. Like, who do you put on the undercard? Give me your best undercard.
I couldn't even. I don't have no names for you, honestly. I mean, I'm not even sure. I don't have no names for you, but that's gonna be one of the problems. Like, if people are saying it's gonna do big numbers, like you said, you got to come up with some names that can go on there. Unless they I don't know if they can sign somebody. I don't know who they can pick up, or maybe somebody will loan them their fighters. Lou DiBello got some guys. I don't know. He need dates. You have to find somebody who will loan you their fighters. That might be the way to go.
They
But
ain't got nobody, man. They ain't got nobody.
so that's gonna be the main issue. If people saying it's gonna do big numbers, you gotta start asking them, well, who's
Bro,
gonna be on the undercard then?
the biggest casual name they got is Sugar Shane Mosley Jr.
Man, he's an average fighter. He's okay, man, but he not bringing no fans out. Sugar Shane ain't bringing
Bro,
no fans
even
out.
even if Golden Boy did the best they could, which would be William Cepeda versus Floyd Schofield, nobody knows those dudes. That is a great fight. That would be Schofield jumping up, proving he's the goods. You know, two undefeated 35-pounders, two punchers, but like nobody knows them dudes. Like that's a great hardcore fan fight, but that's it. That's a good name, but again, nobody like adding Richardson Hitchens to the card is that gonna help it? Liam Potter was already the
Yeah,
co-main on the last Regis and Haney, and that ain't help it.
yeah. So yes, it's a big problem that way. So they're gonna have to figure that out. But
I ain't think about that. That
let's
is a dilemma, bro, for sure. Cause I'm on Golden Boy website. They ain't got no names, bro. Like not names that's gonna make people open up their wallet. Like, you know, I could screen share this, but it's not worth it. Like, you know what I mean? Like Oscar Collazo, but
yeah
that's a
You may feel like
minimum
it's your
weight
time,
that
but it's not
maybe
your
a
time.
few handful of Puerto Ricans know. It's not a lot of names. They just signed Arnold Barboza, but again, he's not this.
he ain't
Exactly,
he's not
he's
moving the
not.
needle at all.
Yeah, I mean,
So all right,
it's real
Ness,
tough.
maybe somebody else got some other names, but that's gonna be a problem. Maybe you can talk to Bill Haney, see what he got to say. But yeah, they're
Nah,
gonna have to come up with something for
that's a
that
good
undercard
show.
for
That's
sure.
a good show topic, bro. To see, you know, build the best undercard for that fight. That is a good show topic because it is tough. It is tough, you know. Even if they use matchroom fighters, let me pull up matchrooms. It is slim pickings, bro. Like I don't see the big fight again. William Cepeda versus Kid Schofield. I feel like that's the best they can do, and that's not a big fight. I don't know how many pay-per-views that add. Like, is that gonna make these fucking illegal streaming motherfuckers not stream? I don't know. I'm looking at this and I just don't see what Matchroom has. Conor Ben is probably one of their bigger names, but that's not going to help in America. Edgar Berlanga, you might have to use him. You might have to use him. You know, dude's doing $500,000 worth of ticket sales. Think about it. Devin just did 1.7 with 16,000. This guy's doing 500,000 with 4,000. So you might have to think about putting Edgar Berlanga on the undercard. Bro, I'm a screen share. This is slim pickings. You know, that dude just really made a great point. A good undercard would help. And this is Matchroom, bro. Like, I'm not seeing, you know, what's about to make that American pay-per-view number tick over on the Matchroom side, other than Edgar Berlanga. You know, Bumgardner, I'm sorry, I don't think she brings. Andy Cruz, you seen he was on the last pay-per-view. He obviously didn't bring nothing to the table. AJ's not going to fight on anybody's undercard, and, you know, he doesn't bring anything to the table yet that we know of, you know, as American pay-per-view. I just don't see who we can use on the Eddie Hearn stable to strengthen the undercard other than Edgar Berlanga Again, we mentioned Richardson Hitchens, but we just don't know what he brings commercially. Man, I'm not look. I mean, we're going through fighters here, right? There's nothing that they have to offer on the American side. So this is now Golden Boy, and again, they don't have much to offer either. You know, none of these names are making me buy the pay-per-view anymore. I'm a hardcore, so I'm buying it for the main event. But I mean, trying to speak from a casual perspective, none of these names are jumping out. You know, the best fight I can see Golden Boy given this fight is if they want the best chance for success, they put Jaime Munguia and Sugar Shane Mosley Jr. on the undercard co-main event. That's the best chance Golden Boy has of commercial success. If you're not going to do that fight, the next fight, just good matchmaking, would be Floyd Schofield and William Cepeda. That's it. They don't have anything else to offer. And this last fight, William Cepeda, Floyd Schofield, you know, there's no guarantee that brings anything to the table from a pay-per-view buys standpoint. There's just no guarantee. Trees, Toledo, what up?
Yo.
Yes.
What up, though?
What up?
What up, though?
That's a good
Man.
fight. You know, hold on a minute, Trees. That's not a bad fight. Regis versus Hitchens. Again, we don't know what Hitchens brings to the table, and Regis gonna have to do better. That's just another good match-made fight, but is it commercially gonna help the pay-per-view break records? Go ahead, Trees.
I like that fight though, and I think that that'd be a way to build Richardson Hitchens if you put him on that card. I remember we was talking about that before. We not building these pay-per-view fighters. You gotta build the pay-per-view. If you put him on the undercard of Devin, you could sell him as maybe a next opponent for Devin or Ryan or whatever. But with the undercard though, I think that Andy Cruz would help that card, and I think it matters where they put the fight at. If they got the fight in New York, like if you bring an Andy Cruz to New York, or if you bring an Edgar Belanger to New York or something like that, that's a play. I like that.
Champ, the main event is Devin and Ryan, so why are we going to New York?
I'm just saying location would matter. I get it. It's probably gonna be in Cali or Vegas or some shit. I get it. But I just think that it would matter. You feel me? But when I heard y'all talking about Ryan Garcia, he give me Amir Khan vibes. If that's, you feel me? That's just me. I like Ryan Garcia. He decent. That's how I felt about Amir Khan. He was a decent fighter, but like I feel like when Ryan Garcia gets,
go
ahead.
I get what you're saying because Amir Khan had that vulnerability, but Amir Khan was unified and lineal champ, bro. And then went on. He won mad other, interim, regulars, regionals. Fucking, he won what
Ryan
Middle
got
East.
Right now. What they just give Ryan in that fight that he just had. You see what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. He got the potential. He got the potential to do that type of shit. He got that. He give me Amir Khan type of vibes. I like him. He's a decent boxer, but I also feel like when he get in those most of Amir Khan's biggest fights, he fucking lost. No offense, Toronto. I feel like that's what we gonna expect from Ryan. When he get in there with the Tank, he lost. When he get in there with Devin, I don't see him beating Devin. I don't see him beating if he move up to 47. I don't see him. Well, if he was to fight a Bud, I don't see him beating the Bud or nothing. Or him and Cody Crawley or something. Man. I just don't see him winning them big fights. He give me Amir Khan vibes. I like him. He's a decent fighter. I like to see him in those big fights. He puts up a decent fight in the big fights. I just don't see him winning them. He gives me Amir Khan vibes. And then you made my point, like you said, interim straps and all that shit. They just gave him one. They want to see him strapped up, so they gonna put him in championship fights. Amir Khan. That's my equivalent right there. But Devin Haney, man, when you do that Ryan shit, get that shit done, man. Go ahead and collect them straps, man, in that 140. And yeah, man, because I want to see him in Tio. That's the fight. That's the fight that I'm most excited for. Devin and Tio. When that shit ever, yeah, that's the play. That's what all this shit gonna lead into. And hopefully, some of that Saudi money can get injected in this and get this shit moving along. Cause I don't want to be talking about these fights for 5 to 7 years, how we had to deal with the Earl and Bud shit. Or with the Anthony Joshua and Deontay Wilder shit and fuck around, never get it. Yeah. But shout out TBV, man. Shout out Toledo, Ohio. Y'all know what the fuck going on. Be cool.
But it's not your time.
Champ, appreciate you, man. Appreciate you. We got Matador. What it do?
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
What's up? How you doing, this?
Chilling.
All right, cool. Yeah, I don't see how this can do better numbers than Tank and Ryan. Their fan base, Tank's fan base is bigger than Devin's. He'd probably have to. He'd probably have to fight someone else before he gets into this fight. Devin, that is, like maybe Teofimo, and to go into the Ryan fight, and maybe that would help him get to bigger numbers. But if they just do it like this, like it would have to be in Las Vegas, I think, and maybe at the T-Mobile for sure. And they'd need like Berlanga to get a knockout or a great win on his next fight, and Munguia same thing. And maybe if they were to be the co-main, maybe they could do it like that. But at the same time, they're like their own. They could be their own main event. So I doubt they would do that.
Who?
Munguia and Berlanga.
Yeah, that's their own main event. That's
Yeah.
why I said Munguia, Shane Mosley on the undercard. And that way you could build
Right.
Berlanga. You put Mosley and Munguia, and then you put Berlanga with someone else, maybe Rosado, to build the Munguia one next main event. But those are all main events. If as promoters, they're gonna want to make all them shits main events.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying. Like, if you really want to make it, like, that would probably be the only way. Like, because you get some Puerto Ricans in there, you get some like Mexican fans from Munguia, and then you get the Mexican Americans with Ryan. So like, that would probably be the only way. I don't see any other way for it to break the record if you're trying to break the record. But yeah, it's tough unless it's in Saudi Arabia. Not Saudi Arabia unless they make a crazy card. That would be the only other way maybe. But yeah, I don't see that happening. Also, did you talk about that thing Top Rank with Rick Glazier? I just got in like 20 minutes ago.
Bob Arum said it's not true, and so did Dana White. Like, Rick Glazier's reporting that someone's buying and selling, and the person that's buying and selling are both saying no.
Oh, okay. I wasn't sure. I just read it real quick, and I wasn't sure what was going on.
Yeah,
But,
well,
yeah,
Rick claims that Bob Arum is selling the company, and Bob claims that he's not selling, that he's very happy, and he's continuing. And Rick claims that Endeavor and Dana White were supposed to buy it, and Endeavor and Dana White said that that's complete not true. So this is what I said. Like, sometimes Rick is right, sometimes he's not. Now, granted, as a conspiracy theorist, a person that likes to believe in conspiracies, right? Or at least, give them the benefit of the doubt, right? The conspiracy in this particular thing could be both parties that are denying it are also the both parties in question. So maybe they want to keep their cell private until it's actually ironed out, right? Like, if Endeavor is buying Top Rank and Top Rank is selling to Endeavor and the news leaked and they're not done, then I guess it's okay for both to deny because they're still negotiating. But again, it could also be the exact opposite where they're telling the truth. It's like, we ain't selling and buying shit. Who knows? I would get much happier if DAZN or Prime, right, at this point was swallowing, a company, a boxing company, if they were buying Top Rank, because I don't want another island. You know, if Endeavor gets in the sport, what are they gonna do? Put more fights on UFC Fight Pass? Now I gotta buy another goddamn subscription. I'm tired of subscriptions and adding islands to the boxing ecosystem.
Real quick before I drop out, real quick, I just wanted to say, Dana White did deny that, but in a way, isn't that illegal? Like you're not allowed to deny if you're saying that. That's all I want to ask. But I'll
Man,
go back into the chat.
we're gonna have to ask a lawyer, champ. That is not for me. But it's like I said, if you want to be a conspiracy theorist, you could believe that they're both lying to keep the sale private until they're fully done negotiating. Like I said, personally, I don't give a fuck because I don't want another island. So whatever comes from it, I hope it means something good for the sport rather than another roadblock, another bridge, another toll booth. You know what I mean? I'm not interested in all that shit. Fucking boxing's already confusing for fans as it is. With all the belts and different platforms. We don't need anything else, in my opinion. We got Latron. What up? $2. Sandor's a southpaw. Yeah, we looked that up. Thank you. Big Supermax with the $5. He says, if Haney Garcia does over $1 million on pay-per-view, then Ryan is the face of boxing, whether we like it or not. He would be the common denominator in those sales. Leonard Sterling, 2-pounder. What was Tank versus Garcia pay-per-view undercard? That is true. That is true. That is true. I don't even remember that undercard. Let's look it up. Good. I mean, look, everybody ain't equal, man. Everybody ain't equal. You can't go off Ryan and Tank not having the best undercard because Devin and Ryan are not Ryan and Tank. But on that undercard, you had David Morrell beating on old man Yamaguchi Falco from Brazil. You had Elijah Garcia taking on Kelvin Zambrano. And you had Bekletier Milikuliev taking on Gabriel Rosado. Then you have Floyd Schofield taking on Jesus Leon. Vito Mendelecki versus Jose Charles. Fedor Chizerkazan versus Elias Espadas. Chuck Simpson versus Panchino Hill. And Cotion Oliver versus Roberto Pena. Jalil Hackett versus Jason Phillips. And that was the card. So certainly not a good undercard. Certainly not a good undercard. Nowhere near anything we were just trying to hypothetically put together. But again, they are not equal. Ryan and Tank are not Devin and Tank. It's just different. We got Leonard Sterling, 2-pounder. What was Tank? We just said that. Cesar Bautista, $2. Ryan versus Dev. Tio versus Matisse. DAZN Top Rank co-promotion. Yeah, that's not going to happen. Why would Tio, who has a super duper ego as it is, he just turned down the Ryan fight. Why would he be now Ryan's undercard? Come on, champ. Don't sound like it's going to happen. Don't sound like it's going to happen. So, yeah. That is the last super chat. Let me see here. Make sure that we get to all the calls. This is your last call. 4 calls. If you want to call in, now is the time to do so. If not, catch us tomorrow morning, right back at you with another one. 6 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, 9 a.m. Eastern. And we'll be back for a second show as well at 4 Pacific, 7 p.m. Eastern. Till the next one. Peace.